The Anomaly Detection visual from Bradley Coding is developed to locate and indicate anomalies for events on a timeline. The visual will utilize your input data and calculate the anomaly percentage based on several user inputs and well-known statistics algorithms. As long as at least the three main inputs are defined, the visual will produce calculations. In order to see a visual result, there are three core inputs that are needed: a unique index for each row, an event identifier, and the events in the form of a date and/or time. You may also add other fields to enhance the usability of the visual. At this point, the visual should render results based on your input. You may, however, want to tweak the user experience to make the results even clearer to perceive. Under General Settings, you can select the level of granularity that is best suited for your data. The default is days, but you may choose between hours, days, weeks, or months. Additionally, you may adjust the initial settings for the 4 parameters available to the user in the legend. The values given here are the values that will appear as default each time the report is loaded. In the legend settings, you can choose the placement of the legend, either along the top, on the right-hand side of the table, or not visible at all. Through the legend, you may give the user the ability to adjust calculation parameters for the ones you choose to make visible with the individual toggle buttons. You can select the size of the legend boxes as well as the font size inside them. For each of the 4 items, you may form a new explanation if the default does not suffice. The first option is a toggle selector for whether or not to include Saturdays and Sundays in the calculations. The second is the sample size that is used to calculate the average and standard deviation of your data. The third is a possibility to adjust the sensitivity of the standard deviation. And the fourth is the amount of values that should be visible in the chart at the bottom of the visual. In the table settings, you are able to adjust the font size and the backdrop color for the header. There are also 2 toggle buttons, one to include the calculation in the anomaly percentage column, and one option to include all events, even if there is no anomaly detected. The chart settings includes yet again a font size option. You can also choose to add supporting lines and an indicator line for the average to increase readability of the chart. There are 2 drop-down menus, one to choose the most suitable format on the timeline, and one to choose if you are looking for anomalies above, below, or both the standard deviations. You can select the color of the lines, as well as an option to highlight the area of acceptable values. The anomaly is calculated as the difference between the measured value and the standard deviation, divided by the absolute value of the difference between the measured value and the average. There is an argument to suggest that the dataset might not be within the realm of normal distribution, thus leaving standard deviation not the optimal calculation basis. That is also why the sensitivity option is included, giving the user full control to decide if the standard deviation should be multiplied with a factor different from 1. If you have any further questions regarding this visual, or suggestions for improvements, please do not hesitate to contact us via email visual@bratliecoding.no. Thank you.